We welcome you to the WOSN Soccer Showdown. Lots to get to tonight. It is brought to you by Dominion, a proud supporter of the Lima Sr Spartan Soccer Program. Congratulations on a great season. 7-9-1 was their record this year. Had a great year. We'll talk with Coach Monfort, Taylor Miracle, and a couple other players will stop by. But let's dive right into some great sectional soccer highlights. We will start with the Grand Lake rivalry renewed, Salina and St. Mary's. This also doubles as our Buffalo Wild Wings Player of the Week. Look at Zach Wilker get ahead on it. He puts it in. That makes it 2-0 St. Mary's. The assist from Zach Nelson. Riders take down Salina 2-0. They are moving on. Also a nice game between Shawnee and Bath as we move along to the next game. The second meeting of the season between these Allen County rivals. There's Jack O'Connor, a freshman that starts for Dick Hagen's powerful squad. The last run for Coach Hagen, and some fancy footwork here by Alex Clark, but deflected out of bounds by Bath. Another chance for Shawnee. It gets through. Andrew Ritchie outraces the white jerseys, puts it in the corner. Same score as the other game from Wapakoneta. Shawnee takes it 2-0. What does it all mean for the brackets? Let's take a look. The Defiance Elida and OG Bryan games canceled on Saturday because Defiance Field was too wet. That will happen on Monday, 5 o'clock for Elida and Defiance. Then OG and Bryan will follow somewhere around 7 o'clock. We will have the doubleheader district semifinal for you on Wednesday from Elida. It could be an all-WBL showdown if OG gets by Bryan. We will see how that game goes. Mark Durness thought that was a wild card game because we don't know a whole lot about the Golden Bears. And, of course, next Saturday at 6 o'clock back at Elida is the district final. How about some girls soccer action? This all taking place Thursday, second meeting of the year between Shawnee and Elida. It was hotly contested, all kinds of physicality in this contest. It took overtime before the Shawnee Indians got the victory in this one. Final score was 2-1 in favor of the Tribe. So what does this mean for the girls' brackets in all WBL district? This will take place at Elida as well. Bath and St. Mary's, you remember the Rough Riders took down the Lady Cats in the regular season. A big win for St. Mary's. They'll try and do it again. Salina and Shawnee, defending league champion Bulldogs, will try and beat Shawnee for a second time. Those games Tuesday with the final on Saturday. More action from Saturday, Division III action up at Continental as Kalida was taking on Continental. Second meeting between these teams as well. Adam Langhouse a chance here, but the save is made. Then it's Ian Ritchie, an opportunity, but Austin Mansfield going to make the play right there in the scoop. Pirates with a direct try in close range. Dallas Geckel, school's all-time leading scorer. Look at it deflected over the cage, off the keeper's hands. Later in the half, beautiful passing by Kalida. Here ends up on the foot of Austin Swift, who swiftly puts it in. That's the game's only goal. Kalida advances 1-0. Bracket time for the Kalida district. We'll have both of these district semifinal games for you. They happen Tuesday. Kalida, New Knoxville, and then Miller City, LCC Thunderbirds, a 5-0 victor over Lincoln View on Saturday. Miller City blanking Ottoville, a nice PCL opponents, but a sectional win for the Wildcats. One more D3 game to get to from Saturday. A rainy start between Liberty Benton and Rivertail, a battle of red, white, and blue. Eagles in blue. Eli Norden lets it fly, catch by Austin Clark. Then a free kick for LB's Peyton Schrader. Norden goes up, gets a head on it. Not quite enough, though. Clark is there once again. Good defense by the home team as Nick Parcell heads it away. But in the 10th minute, Schrader, another free kick. Take a look at Brian Daly right there on the backside. That's right where you want him. Puts it in. Liberty Benton is moving on. They get the victory 4-0. Started out rainy. It got a little less rainy as the day went on. Pound Squad will take on St. Peter's Tuesday. That is up in Tiffin. Bluffton, they are a winner over Corey Ross, and they will take on Mansfield Christian as we welcome in the coach from Lima Sr, Mitchell Monfort. Lima Sr guy, what did it mean to have the program have such a resurgent season this year?
Well, it was really big for us this year. We really needed a good season. We've been struggling here in the recent years, and really proud of our kids, the work and the effort they put in order for the season to happen.
What did it take leading up to it, the summer, the off season? What made this a successful season going in?
For us, I feel like our off season was pretty good for us. We put a lot of time in some tournaments, pretty successful in a couple tournaments, and really figured out what we're going to run and who was going to play where and what kind of shape we were going to have. So I feel like that helped us out quite a bit this year, and we just rolled that right into the season, which let us be so successful this year.
Taylor, take us through the season for yourself. What was it like to get those 7 wins? And you guys seem to have a close-knit group. You had went to the drive-in as a team. You know, what was the season like for you?
It was a lot different than last year. We got a lot closer, had a lot more close games. We had a lot more wins, actually. I was pretty proud of our team. We came close together. We ran a different formation this year.
Okay.
And Coach moved me around a lot, started me out at midfield, and then dropped me back to defense in a close game, and that's really where I stayed. It was probably one of the best years I've ever played.
Did you enjoy those different positions, or was it kind of challenging to know where you're at and where you're going?
Well, it just depends. Like, Coach tells us, think of what's best for the team.
Okay.
I wanted to play midfield, want to always get the goals,
sure,
of course, but, I mean, defense is where I was needed.
Coach, talk about that unselfish attitude you saw from your team, exemplified there by Taylor.
Yes, sir. This year was probably the first year I could say since I've been coaching that it was everybody was in for the team. You know, whether you were playing up top or back in the goalkeeper, everybody did was best for the team. And you know, I was able to move kids around quite a bit this year due to injuries. And, you know, some kids are stronger at different positions. And about halfway through the year, we found a pretty good defensive rotation back there that really kind of solidified our defense, and it helped us get in those closer games and get us to the next level.
You had some guys that had playing experience, but still by class, it was a relatively young team, good juniors, some freshmen stepping in, sophomores as well. Things are bright for Lima Sr.
Oh, most definitely. I'm expecting bigger things next year out of our kids. We're pretty happy with our year this year, but not satisfied. I feel like we could definitely do better. You know, and as our junior class moves up to seniors and we get those freshmen and sophomores committed like my seniors were, we're going to be in great shape for next year.
Alex O'Hara, what was it, 18 goals on the season. What does he bring to this team? We'll talk to him in a little bit. What
he brings to us is a finisher, and you know, you got to have that one or two players that are just able to find the back of the net. And you know, in a crunch time situation, you know, he might be double team, maybe even triple team, but ball goes on his foot. We have good things coming. So, you know, it's good for our younger kids to see somebody who can put the ball in the back of the net, have that confidence, and you know, it definitely has helped us up quite a bit offensively this year.
Taylor, was there a certain game that sticks out as your favorite this year? Maybe a personal highlight for you or just for the team?
Probably.
Putting you on the spot. It's a tough one.
It was the first game you moved back to defense. It was
Temple Christian.
Temple Christian.
Okay.
I was triple team, jumped up for a ball, won the header out of 3 people.
Wow.
And he put me up against one of the toughest opponents I've ever faced in my life. He also played club in the spring.
Okay.
He was fast.
Right there with you.
Fast. It's hard to keep up with him, hard to match that skill. But, I mean, we pulled through.
Coach, when you're able to reflect on the season, is there something that sticks out for you as special?
I would definitely say our last game we played against Perrysburg, who's 23rd in the state at the time. We're down 1-0 at half, and it easily could have been 1-1 had the ball gone a different way and a fast break opportunity for us. And I feel like that helps our kids realize how good we actually can be when we play with those high-level Division I teams that are ranked in the state, and you know, give us a little bit of confidence as we go in the off season and into the winter and all the spring and all that good stuff.
We'll let you put your analyst hat on now. You see a lot of the Lima area teams right now. Is there one team that sticks out from our area that might be able to make a deep tournament run? We'll see them in regionals, perhaps.
I would have to say St. Mary's personally, just from the amount of kids they have. I mean, you know, we faced them early in the summer in a 7-on-7. We lost them one time, played them again, beat them, and then we played them the third time, we lost them then. Oh, wow. And every time they rotated a new kid in, you just saw another kid who's like, okay, when's it going to stop, you know? And just that depth in this part of the year when, you know, temperature can cause an injury or, you know, you need somebody for a spark, you know, you got those numbers. I think St. Mary's will go pretty deep this year.
What's your number one goal going into the offseason for this program?
For our program, we've definitely got to commit in the weight room, you know, and get more touches. In the summertime, in the wintertime, my kids have got to get on the ball a lot more. We've got to get above 500. We've got to start competing with the teams that we should be able to compete with that are at the next level. And, you know, and we should have had 4th place, in my opinion, this year in our league. But unfortunately, we tied a team and then got scored on 14 seconds and hit the post a couple times. So we've got to move up in the league ranks for us. And I think what will happen is just going to be in that commitment and that desire to get better as a team.
Lima Sr., a great season, 7-9-1, one of their best in recent memory. When we come back, we'll talk with 2 more of the players on this Dominion WOSN Soccer Showdown. Guys, dig into the Buffalo Wild Wings here. Help yourself there.
Thank you, sir.
We're back on the WOSN Soccer Showdown. Levi Quintero's already dipping into the wings before his interview, but we're going to allow it. He's got some funny stories, just one or two. You're going to put away like 30 by the end of the night?
Probably.
Okay, he's a junior. Also, Alex O'Hora, 18 goals on the season, also a junior. It's all presented by Dominion. Alex, let's start with you. Personal highlight for you this season, 7-9-1 for the Spartans.
Personal highlight had to be Perrysburg at halftime. We've played them in the tournament before, and we've just got absolutely whomped. And this year to actually be 1-0 at half was really exciting.
What was that atmosphere like? They know that Lima Sr. is a little bit better, but they must have been surprised too by how hard you guys played that first half.
Yeah, we don't see much of them during the season, and they don't see much of us, so they were probably really shocked, probably coming in that game figuring what we were last year. So they were probably really shocked to see what we had this year.
What's been a big difference in your perspective from the Spartan team this year?
We've had a lot of good leadership this year from the seniors. The senior captains definitely had control of the team. Previous years in the past, maybe not so much.
It seems like it's normally a young team for Lima Sr. no matter what the year was, so that must have felt different to have so many good seniors.
Yep.
Give us a funny story. You've got a lot, you said. We're putting you on the spot.
Oh, okay.
What sticks out? Something funny that happened to this team
Funny
this
that
year?
happened? Well, we actually all got along for once. Most of the time. That was pretty entertaining. But we went to the drive-in together and just watching all the guys screw around and a couple getting, thrown around and screwing around.
The Vandal, is that where you went?
It was a pretty good time.
What movies did you watch?
Oh, God, that was bad. Cloudy, what was it? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And...
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
The sequel.
2.
And everyone's seen the first one.
No.
Okay.
And
I don't think you're missing much.
Grown-Ups, 2? Or...
Okay.
Yeah.
It was you obviously enjoyed the movies.
Yeah,
Since
clearly.
you remember them.
I
So,
love them.
looking ahead to next year, Levi, just what do you expect out of this team? Is you'll get a whole offseason of work. You had a good 7 wins this year. What are you looking for?
Well, I'd say this year we're a lot more organized, and this season I'm looking forward to, we have a pretty tight-knit group, and we're all going to be seniors this year. And I feel like it's going to be a really good year because we have a lot of freshmen coming up. They have experience. Going to be sophomore, and I feel like we're going to be a lot closer as a team.
What did it feel like having those freshmen contribute right away, Alex? You have the older guys, but you also have these young guys that were ready.
It was exciting. This is the first good, really good freshman class. We've been waiting for them to come up, and they actually just came off of a state championship last year.
Wow.
And so we had a lot of talent.
Biggest game for you this year, what was it? Besides the Perrysburg.
Biggest game was probably Whitmer. We did get a loss there, 1-0, but it was just the atmosphere of the game. There was a lot of fans. It was down to the wire, last seconds of the game.
Spartans hoping for lots of great down-to-the-wire contests coming up this year. We will have lots with them next year. This has been your WOSN Soccer Showdown, all brought to you by Dominion. Go to WOSN.tv for all your highlights, scores, and standings here on WOSN.